Hey guys, Sundown here. This is going to be my chapter review to My Hero Academia or Boku no Hero Academia 271 Dark Cloud. So let's get right down into it. This was a really solid chapter. I really enjoyed it. So the first thing we see, Tokiyami versus Dabi. This was awesome. Tokiyami really pulled his weight here despite having already done what he was tasked to do, which was kind of break down that corridor and not allowing the villains to escape. But before we talk a bit more about Tokiyami, let's talk a little bit about Hawks. He doesn't seem to be in a very good position at all. He's not in a good state. From what Dark Shadow says, actually, Hawks' back is pretty much missing. I'm not sure if this is referring to just his wings or his wings and some heavy skin muscle damage. I assume it's the latter. The fact that a small bump knocked him out as Tokiyami tries to escape with him probably, well, that shows to me that he's in an immense amount of pain. And his hero days are probably long behind him at this point in time. The villains lost twice. The heroes lost Hawks, kind of, the equivalent exchange kind of thing. They lost something of equal value. They gave something of equal worth. However, upon seeing his student, I mean, this goes to show just how courageous Hawks is, how intelligent Hawks is, how much willpower he has. Upon seeing Tokiyami, Hawks still manages to give him some sage advice, telling Tokiyami to capitalize on Dabi's monologuing. Something he uses to stall between uses of his quirk to conserve energy and to stay safe, in my opinion. He's not trying to burn himself any further than he's already been burnt. So very intelligent, very insightful opinion there from Hawks, and an insightful approach from Hawks, but I think it's kind of an RIP moment to Hawks' career. Anyway, Tokiyami. He makes it very clear what he was there to do, even as he escaped Fat Gum's fat, which apparently nobody's done that before. So props to Tokiyami for doing that. But his mission was very clear from the get-go. Get in, get Hawks out. That's pretty much what he was. Just do that. Go in, go and aid Hawks in whatever way. He knew that Hawks was not going to be in a good situation. So I think he knew he was going to have to go in, grab Hawks, get out. And he quickly realizes what a poopy situation he's in, though, which gives us an idea of Tokiyami's intelligence, how quick he is on his feet, and ability to keep relatively cool while his teacher kind of lay dying behind him. Realizing he needed space and distance, both of those things, from Dabi, Tokiyami uses Dark Shadow to get to the floor beneath him. He realized this very quickly. As I said before, Dark Shadow was not going to be able to cope with the bright light coming out of Dabi's flames, and Tokiyami was not going to survive heavy burns. He doesn't have the quirk. He doesn't have, he's mostly, he is actually just flesh and blood. His quirk hasn't changed him in that regard, so he needed to get out of there. It would be difficult for anybody to fight Dabi head on in just like a really cramped environment. Even Deku, Bakugo, they would really struggle, but their maneuverability is a little bit higher than Tokiyami's. So he gets to the floor beneath Dabi and beneath where Hawks and Dabi were fighting, and he realizes, what he does here is, as I said before, he capitalizes on Dabi trying to buy time with his monologuing to get down to this floor below. But Dabi's method here was quite impressive, and I'll get to that. Instead of going all out and burning them all to a crisp, what Dabi tries to do here is keep some energy in the tank. Mind you, Dabi then proceeds to almost unleash a full power blast, and I think it would have been a full power blast on Tokiyami and Hawks. So maybe he was just kind of jabbing, waiting to unleash that kind of right straight or that right hook. I think that's more of what he was trying to do. He was just kind of releasing small bursts, weaker bursts. He actually says that to make sure that he still has some gas left in the tank. But then he looks like he was going to unleash all of that gas, which I don't think would have been intelligent either. Anyway, Dabi tries to even psychologically attack Tokiyami, telling him about Hawks' murder of twice, and rather than being swayed, this is what I loved about this chapter, rather than being swayed by this, Tokiyami chooses to believe entirely in his mentor, in his master, and his resolve remains firm. I loved this as well because of the fact that I've been rereading the end of the Aizen, the end of the Karakura-tan arc where Ichigo fights Aizen. He goes into final Getsuga, spoiler alert, he goes into Mugetsu and everything like that. And I've been reading the Fullbring arc, and I'm going to go into I think I'm in the 1,000-year Blood War arc now. But what's really torn me about Bleach, especially reading those last parts, is Ichigo's lack of faith in everybody. Especially in the Fullbring arc, he doesn't trust his dad, he doesn't trust Urahara, he doesn't trust, he feels that because he's weak, he can't, the Uryu, Orihime, Ishida, I was going to say, Chad, they don't trust him, so he doesn't really trust them. It's a whole cacophony of just a shitstorm of lack of trust in that arc, and I was like, it really made me wonder why people ever really gathered around him. He doesn't really trust anyone to have his back. It's all, I'll protect you, I'll save you, and it's what really one of the things that annoyed me about Bleach, without going into a full Bleach tangent, it was all very much Ichigo-centric. No one could cover his back. Uryu was supposed to be that guy, that initial rival that was maybe could have been that guy, the Sasuke, to kind of cover his back. Nah, he doesn't really get that. No one can really cover Ichigo's back. No one can even. We won't go into that. Let's not go into that. I love the fact that Tokiyami had that trust in his master. And even at the end of the chapter, as Tokiyami cries from what must be a mixture of shock, concern, fear, Tokiyami shouts to Hawks about how he still believes in him, how everybody still believes in him, despite what Dabi said. So he knows there must be a good reason for what Hawks has done. And Hawks will hopefully no doubt tell his apprentice with a newfound respect about everything that he did and why he did it. Dabi looked menacing as hell, by the way, when he jumped off of the balcony in front of Tokiyami, trying to use I think Tokiyami was trying to use Black Fallen Angel. Our boy would have been toast if not for Apocrypha. So then actually going into Apocrypha and the Liberation Front, here we see the Liberation Mandem. They're starting to really turn the tide of this battle, and Apocrypha pretty much closes off the heroes from the villains with a huge wall of ice, sending Mountain Lady flying through the sky. I thought Fat Gum's commentary here was hilarious. He's just like, whoa, booty incoming, and he dips out. But I was like, really? You just see Mountain Lady flying through the sky, rather than being shocked, rather than thinking, who the hell has the ability to do something like that? He just sees booty in the sky, and he's like, whoa, I need to get out of the way of that. So I thought that was pretty funny. But going back to Apocrypha, I thought Apocrypha was a she. I seem to recall that somewhere, but apparently not. I checked the wiki, and his name is Getten, actually. But I still refer to him as Apocrypha. They refer to him as a he all the way through that wiki, so I think Apocrypha is a he. But he seems ready to put in some work, which I'm all for. I really want to see Apocrypha go all in. We've already seen his kind of beginning of a fight with Dabi, but they didn't really go all out. And I want to see Apocrypha really kick the shit out of someone, but also lose at the same time, because I don't want Apocrypha to kill people that we like, that would be a change if Horikoshi gave Apocrypha the skill set and the freedom to go and actually really, really damage some heroes. That would really add some depth to the story, and it would show that the heroes aren't as infallible as a lot of people on Twitter seem to think. I feel like Horikoshi is a much better writer than people give him credit for. His attack, Apocrypha that is, also distracts Dabi, allowing our quick-minded Tokiyami to make his escape. At this point, Dabi also makes mention of starting something early. He says, maybe we should start that thing early. And I was like, what could he be talking about? What could he want to start at this point in time? I have no idea what he's talking about. Anyway, while this happens, we get what seems to be a preliminary matchup. A dude kind of bores holes in the ice and pops up next to an unaware Gang Orca. I'm hoping this isn't a situation where Gang Orca just gets one shot and dies or something like that. I hope we actually see a battle between this cool looking villain and Gang Orca and maybe another hero or something like that. And the last thing we see, and probably the most concerning thing, is Gigantomachia standing up, having detected the scent of Shigaraki, and he will no doubt be looking to rejoin his master in the coming chapters. This would spell disaster, the beginning of the end for the heroes, I think, who are in a tough position as it is, with the tide of the battle already having turned a little bit. We have to remember we've still got some young heroes on the evac mission, the heroes of 1A and 1B, and I think a few of them might choose to abandon their positions and help what looks to be the now failing heroes. Miroko is already in critical condition, Hawks is in critical condition, and the heroes, they're all occupied with their own bits and pieces, so I don't think they're as much of a united front as they maybe should have been, but things quickly devolved into chaos. Either way, Tokiyami's mission is a part success. He now needs to get Hawks some medical attention, otherwise he's dead. He might even still die with medical attention. That's how serious and grievous I think his injuries are. But to end this review, I think the artwork we saw, the cover page kind of thing, where Tokiyami's kind of in that aboriginal getup, I think that looked amazing. So really, once again, artwork has always been Horikoshi's kind of strong point, besides obviously his storytelling and his clear idea of where the story is going. So I've had no complaints with any of the chapters as of the last like 10, 15, maybe even longer than that. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. I loved it. Let me know what you guys thought of this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in a bit, I think.